Whoa, whoa, it's just Mr. Motorbike. That's unbelievable. You've seen the videos. China is living in the future. Everyone's saying it. But here's what they're not telling you. It comes at a cost. And I'm not sure if anyone's noticed yet. 40 years ago, Shenzhen was a fishing village. Today, it's the most advanced city on earth, and most of the West still has no idea. But here's what I didn't expect. The longer I spent here, the less any of it mattered, because Shenzhen has been quietly engineering out the need for human interaction entirely. No driver, no barista, no waiter. Some call it the future. George Orwell might have called it something else. I wanted to find out what that costs. So we have reached our spot where we are meant to wait for our taxi, and we can see it right over there. This is going to make a U, and then we're going to pick us up right here. Right, how do we open this?
Hello. Oh.
What?
Okay.
You just opened the door. All right, we'll hop in.
All right, we're in. Let's give this a shot.
Oh.
Go.
Oh yeah, we got to activate this to go. Oh, it's on the move, and it's got this plastic cover over it, so you can't take over.
They're definitely slower than regular taxis, as you can imagine. Like regular drivers, they're kind of risky on the road, so they just pull around cars. But here, they'll always do it cautiously, so something to consider if you're going to get one.
They're very careful, so at least you're safe. But then it's really conservative. Like, it could have gone in certain circumstances already when it's making a Yui right now. Like, come on, it could go. I'm getting honked at. This car's getting honked at. And it's not going to respond because there's no driver. So, all right, it's time for us to get off. We've reached our stop. So that's it. That's what it's like to take a driverless taxi here in China. You do lose that human touch, but it's pretty cool. So it's lunchtime, so it's time to order from the drones. Start with the drone delivery. You scan using Meituan, which is the Uber Eats delivery app equivalent in China. There is a bit of limited options here, but mostly drinks, but I do see KFC.
So this says Meituan, so that's the one.
Hotel, that's a hotel number.
Let me put my number, because you need the number to get it out the box.
Is that it?
There you go. It's on the way, mate.
On the way.
So
simple as that.
yeah,
Sort of simple as that. It's 17 Australian dollars, but not bad. It's about normal price. And there's quite a lot of people, as you see, because it is quite popular here. It's become quite a thing, the drone deliveries in China. But we have a half an hour wait because it is lunchtime and there's plenty of demand. Right, I got a notification that our drone delivery is about to arrive. You can just hear the buzzing. Oh, there's our drone. That's our delivery. That is sick. And it drops off the package, and then we now go collect it using our code, which is the last few digits of the mobile phone number. 5009. Oh, there we go. Oh. There it is. There's the package. All right, we're gonna undo this now. Oh, wow. KFC. Oh wow, this is so cool. Right, and what we do with this package is we flatten it out and then we shove it in the recycle bin. So drone deliveries is the way of the future when it comes to deliveries. Even delivery drivers are not safe from their jobs being taken up by technology. So right behind me is a robo cafe where a robot makes your coffee.
Hello, I'm Iral. I'm a humanoid robot from Civic Square technology.
Speaks English.
I can make various types of coffee.
So what we do here is we scan on WeChat. I'm gonna grab a ice cream. And I'm gonna grab a cappuccino. Why not? Sorted, 49 yuan. Right, he's making the coffee now. Just grabbing a cup. Clicking the cappuccino button. All right, the drink is done. Oh.
1002号订单，您的卡布奇诺来了。
Here we go. Thank you very much.
新年快乐呀！
So there we have it. We have a cup of coffee made by a robot. Although technically the robot was just pushing buttons on the machine, delivering it to us, but it's still a robot.
Now I'm going to show you something that you're not going to believe it, Joy. So I haven't got my phone. You pay for everything by your phone in China. So typically, as you've probably seen Chester do already, you'll pay for everything with your QR code. Now I've got no phone, and we're about to pay using just my hand.
Oh my gosh.
There you go. That's how it is here in China. Bye bye. Bye bye.
Bye. Wow. The way of the future, huh?
Yeah, man, it's a scary one.
You don't even need your wallet anymore. Not even wallet, you don't even need your phone.
Who knows where that data's going? I don't care. Convenience overall.
So this is the hotel called Iral Hotel. It's got home automation called Xiaodu over here. So I can say whatever I want, but the only thing is it's in Chinese. So I'm gonna give it a go. Xiaodu, Xiaodu, 关闭投影.
好的，为你按下投影仪的开关键。
There it goes. Because it's a projection, so I gotta say, turn off the projection on Google Translate, and it works. 小度小度
我在，
拉上窗帘.
已经关闭窗帘。
How cool is that? I have asked the hotel via phone to deliver one more bottle of water because I am thirsty, and let's see if the robot delivers it. Oh. Open. Wow. Interesting. Bye-bye. So that was pretty cool. I got my bottle of water, and also when I asked for a midnight snack, they actually gave me the midnight snack, which is basically some porridge. But the concept of the robot deliveries is pretty cool, and I love the service robots in the hotels, and it is just amazing. Wow, I'm just walking along Futian, which is the center of Shenzhen, and I can't believe how modern this place is. If you were to tell me this was China, I'd be like, what? This can't be China. It looks like the Western world. Look at it, it's fully developed. And also, more so than that, all the cars around here are electric, and it's so quiet. Like the motorcycles, the cars, they're all moving at a busy intersection right here, completely silent. Except for the honking, because they love to toot their horns here. But apart from that, it is so peaceful. Look at that. It'd be so hard returning back home because there'll be noise of like normal cars and buses and diesel. What? I think I just arrived in the future. I am absolutely blown away by this station. Look at that. Oh my goodness. I can't believe how stunning it looks. It kind of looks more like an airport than a metro station. Now, when it comes to transport in Shenzhen or in pretty much every city in China, you use Alipay and you scan the metro card that you add onto Alipay or WeChat. So over here in Shenzhen though, they have a different sort of payment method, which is facial recognition. Look at that. I mean, I don't have it set up, but that looks incredible. So normally you scan your card like here and it opens up, but there is facial recognition, which is pretty insane how you can just recognize a face and you go through. The way metros are and the way things are operating here in Shenzhen is so futuristic, and the things are just moving at like lightning speed that the next time I come here, I reckon things will be different. It'll be even more developed than what I've seen today. So the building you see right behind me is the DJI Headquarters in Shenzhen. DJI is one of the biggest drone companies in the world, and you might have seen them everywhere in the world, and this is where it all started from. And also I'm filming on the Osmo Pocket as well, which is also DJI, and they also make a whole bunch of gimbals. They make so much tech. The building looks so impressive on the inside. It is very minimalist. It's got that titanium feel. It kind of has that Apple feel inside. And I love the sky bridge that you get to walk across. It has this sense of excellence about it. And you can see that it is the way of the future in this building and the way the office is. It's such a privilege to be able to gain an insight as to what it looks like from the inside. Returning back from DJI Headquarters in Nanshan and at peak hour, I saw exactly what that technology is being used for on these streets. Here in Shenzhen, they actually have drone police operations where they enforce traffic. So up there is actually a drone nest where the drones are actually held. So that if there's any need for any enforcement on the roads, whether it be a traffic violation or any bikes that are on the road, because bikes are not allowed on the roads, they're only allowed on footpaths in China, which is mind-boggling. And also if there's any traffic accidents or whatever, the drones get deployed and then they can speak on loudspeaker, they can inspect what happens before the police actually get here. So it's a good way for them to enforce any traffic using drones as opposed to having a physical police person out here. This is the way of the future. What do you think? The drone is getting deployed. That thing just opened. Oh, what? No way. So apparently these drones can fly up to 500 meters away from their nest to enforce the traffic on all directions. So I guess it's just monitoring traffic. I don't know what it's doing, but it's just flying around monitoring the situation. Look at that. The drone's going back in. So it's done some traffic enforcement, captured any illegal activity. If there's any enforcement, they view what's going on. They capture any number of plates of people doing wrong things, and it goes back to its nest. So, wow, that is sick. So I'm in the Civic Square in Shenzhen, and the reason why I'm here is because there is a light show on every Friday and Saturday night. So they are only lit up at certain times, 7:30, 8:30, and 9:30. I'm literally right here in the Civic Square, and you can't just go in. You have to book a session at one of the vantage points here. That light show was so sick. That was incredible. It's so worth seeing if you are in Shenzhen. And it just shows like how impressive it looks, even on the outside with the glitzy city cyberpunk look. It looks insane. So I'm currently at a shopping center called InCity Plaza and at a restaurant called Orbit One, where apparently food gets served out automatically. So instead of someone handing out the food like a waitress, it comes through automatically in this UFO pod-like thing. So I'm really interested to see how this thing works. And first of all, we need to order some food. And to do that, you need to scan the QR code. So over here on tables, there's QR codes where you scan using WeChat, and that's where you can select what to order. My table just lit up for some reason. I think the food is coming. Oh, there it is. Oh, it's coming. It's coming. Look at that. My food is coming. What? That's cool. Yeah. So I've got this Italian pasta dish with some king prawns and shrimp, and let's give this a go. Not bad, but really, really buttery. I wouldn't say it's the best Western food in the world, but for the concept, it's all right. And it's not exactly cheap for Chinese standards. But although for $15 in Australia, you can't get that. It's impossible. Here are my final thoughts on this. I actually did leave some of it behind just because I found it a bit too rich for me. But when it comes to the concept, it's cool having technology, but normally with restaurants, It's the whole service concept of that interaction of the humans and the chefs cooking the meal with pride and joy. But all this is taken away by technology, and there's a lot of people eating solo here as well. So I'm just wondering, is this whole technology gone too far with the fact that it is all done without much human interaction? I don't know. And the food is underwhelming, so I have to say, like, I don't know. The technology is great, but I don't know about the food. At what cost? Where the heart of the food is gone. Shenzhen is extraordinary. I don't think I've ever seen anything like it. But here's what nobody tells you. It's not seamless. The driverless taxi was slow, cautious, getting honked at by every driver around it. And without a local contact, half of the city is simply inaccessible to you. But that's almost not the point, because even with all that friction, I still barely spoke to a single person the entire time I was here. And I kept wondering, if this is the version that still has bugs, what happens when it's perfect? What happens when every city in the world gets there? What are we actually optimizing for? And what are we willing to lose to get it?